Hey guys, Jeffries here and welcome to Football Manager 2017. This is sort of a requested series. People have been asking me for the last 2 years when I'll be back on Football Manager, and I felt like this year would be the year. For a few reasons. One, as I said, it's been a couple of years. Two, I've seen how a few other people do their series now on Football Manager, and I feel a little bit more at ease about the way I did it. I wasn't too happy with the way I did it. I felt like I was sort of compromising it slightly, wasn't doing a very good job, but a lot of people have taken a similar style to me, so I feel a bit more at ease with actually doing a series like this. So I'm not going to spend too long on the menu screen. I just want to scare you, give you nightmares with this. I imported my face into the game. I think it actually did quite a good job. The one thing I'm a little bit disappointed about is the hairstyle options. I wouldn't have minded changing that, but overall I think that looks quite a lot like me actually, so I'm quite pleased with that. But we're going to get straight into the game, and I'm going to show you the database that I'm using. I'm using this, the E22, England to level 22 plus FA in League Cups 2.0. This is available on FM Scout. I'll probably put a link down in the description so you can go and download it. I will not put a link to the data on my website because I don't think that's very fair. Someone spent a lot of time building this and uploaded it to FM Scout, so I'm not going to take the downloads away from them because those guys deserve it, believe me. So we've got the default database plus this. Now level 22, let me put this in context for you. The Premiership, English Premier Division, is level 1. Championship is level 2. League 1 is level 3, and so on and so forth. Normally I go down as far as level 9. This goes to level 22. That gives you an idea as to just how many teams and players there are on this game in this database. Providing all the players were accounted for, of course. I'm not 100% sure whether that's true or not. But we are going to set this up. I'm going to try and get this as realistic as possible. This could take a long time to load, by the way. So I'm going to talk over the top of it if I can. Right. I'm going to go for level 15 and above for England. This, yeah, I'm going to do this, but I'm going to do view only. Apparently these are nations of interest. Belgium, France and Spain. Belgium, not interested. France, not interested. Spain, sort of interested. The ones I'm really interested in are Scotland, Ireland, and maybe Germany, and that would be it. But all of these as view only. Game speed, not too bad actually. Quite happy about that. We're going to go advanced, and I want all players from England. Current internationals, players base, players of nationality, players from top division, all of these. Now watch as this tanks. Why is that not tanked? That should have tanked. Hang on. Let's try Scotland and do the same thing. Yep, that's just gone up by 2,000. Ireland. I'd be quite impressed if it doesn't tank. Wales, I'm not that interested in either, because most of the top Welsh teams are in the English leagues anyway, so there's no point in keeping track of them. Yeah, I think we're about ready to go. The only thing I am going to change here is... No, I think I'm happy with that. I don't want to add fake players or staff. I do not want to add key staff to the team. I want to create my own. Find my own, and I do not want to use the add players to playable teams. I want to start with next to nothing. If that's what I have to start with, then that's what I have to start with. Okay, let's get this loaded up. Could take a while because there's 28,000 different players it has to load up. Never mind all the clubs and all that kind of stuff. Oh, hang on. I'm just thinking there might be some graphics packs that I'll install in the future, but I think you can carry on playing the game with those installed. You just change the skin and it should show up, I think, I hope, quite possibly. Now I'm going to talk you through the team I'm going to play as. In the past I've played as Jeffries United. with the legendary team that we had from Pro Evolution Soccer 4 years ago now, I think that was. God, it feels like longer than that. Maybe it was 4 years ago, something like that. And then the second year, I didn't want to call it Majeffries United anymore, so I called it Welwyn Garden City and created a new club from scratch. This year, I'm going to do something different. We're starting at the bottom. We're not starting with massive amounts of finances or any of that rubbish. We're not cheating the system in any way, shape or form. We are literally starting from the bottom. Well, not quite the bottom. I think we're starting from level 9 out of 22. So not the absolute bottom, but we're starting from fairly low down. We're coming up with a new team. It's a team that does exist. They are very local to me. You could argue that they are my local team, although I think there is one that's slightly geographically closer that I'm aware of. I'm sure there's loads that are actually closer. But I'm not going to go with Stevenage. I'm not going to go with a made-up team based in Welwyn Garden. I am going to go with, and this is the part where I really wanted the game to load so I can actually show you. Actually, I'll do a little bit more of a build-up, shall I? So before I started this game up and started recording, I did go into the database to change some aesthetics, mostly. I did up the morale of the team slightly, and I also upped the reputation slightly. Just a tiny bit, to try and get a decent... it is mostly to get a decent assistant manager in. Because once you've got that, then everything else tends to fall into place, and you end up with some pretty good staff members and players and scouts and all that sort of thing. And I also changed the kits. You will recognise the kits. You have seen them before. Those of you who are new to the channel, you probably haven't seen them on my teams before, but you will have seen them in real life. Yeah, you would have seen them in real life. And I will be honest, I did have to go onto Photoshop and get the colour, the RGB numbers, to put into the database in order to get the right coloured kit. That meant a lot to me, and again you'll find out why in a second once the game loads. We've just got a grey screen. I don't know whether that's a good news or not. Ah, yes, we got good news. Right. Can I not load up my existing profile? Can I not do that? No? That's not me. That is not me. Hang on a second. Something's gone wrong. No, cancel. Yeah, whatever. Cancel. Something's gone horribly wrong here. I think I might have gone on the wrong setting somewhere. Come on. Game is faster this year. I will admit that. But it still feels slower than what I'm used to. Right. Scare you with my image again. Unless that's changed too. Why has it done that? I've no idea. It seems to have just forgotten who I am. Okay, well, I suppose you get to see all of my stats again. You also get a quick glimpse, or maybe you don't get a glimpse at what team I'm going to be. Fair enough. Responsibilities. Yeah, I'll sort all that out in a second. Right, select appearance. You get to see something that I didn't really want people to see. Where is it? Was it that one? I think it was that one. This was the photo I used to create my face. And yeah, it's not the prettiest. It's not the prettiest. We'll make it a little bit smaller. I want to get my ears in there, that's quite important. I have tidied my room up since I took this photo, so the shelf behind me in this picture is not like it is anymore. Okay. Crop. Right, eye. Nose, I've got a big nose. Less said about that the better, I think. I think I've put that in the wrong spot. God, I hate this mouse. This mouse is starting to conk out. I need to get a new one, really. Nose, mouth, come on, there. Chin, cheek, and cheek, and that one, and that one. Let's wait to see how scary this looks then, shall we? Generating your manager. I think it's because I did this originally in the beta, and then the full game came out. It might have reset itself. Oh my. Okay. We'll roll with it for now. I'm going to change my eye colour. I also want to change my hairstyle. Let's change the colour first. Yeah, that colour? Yeah, it's that colour. Yeah, that's more like me. Starting to get there again. Right, Tactical Manager. Yes, please. I'm probably better off with the... Actually, I kind of like the no tie option. No, I'm not Arsene Wenger. I think that would be me, if I'm honest. Shirt. I think that was the colour. Looks a bit shocking. I know. I'm aware. I was going to say white shoes, but that looks like I'm going disco dancing. So I think we'll have to keep the black shoes, which actually look blue here, and the black trousers. But the shirt is that colour for a reason. Skin tone. Can I actually change that if I import the... Okay, yes I can. Never mind. I did not know you could do that. This is the embarrassing bit where I put in my... Oh, wow, okay, he just got fat. I think I'm about that tall as well. Date of birth, we know this. January 93. No facial hair. See, I have facial hair, but it's nothing like this. It's mostly... I don't want to say see-through. See-through doesn't sound right. So if I just do no facial hair, you can see my facial hair. So I might as well just do that. This does not change the colour of my eyes at all. So I'm kind of stuck with that now. Oh, I'll just do it. Just do it. Right. Career. Gonna have to do this all over again. Advanced setup. It should have the leagues already saved for me, I think. Here's hoping. Who knows? Who knows? I'm still fairly new to this game, believe it or not. I haven't had the chance to play it very often because I've been so busy on OpenTCD and a couple of other games, some of which you'll see soon. I just haven't had the time to do this. I don't want these to be played. I don't want Belgium for a start. I've got nothing against Belgium. I'm sure it's a very nice country. I just have just no interest in playing as Belgium. Okie dokie. Let's add and remove some leagues, shall we? So let's add Scotland again. And Ireland. Once again, view only. And view only. Make sure these are all the bottom leagues and above. Like so. Make sure this is all set up properly, which it is. Good. 28,000 people. Sounds about right. 28 leagues from 5 nations with a custom database. Hopefully this time it will work. And we can actually start this up properly. This is like an introduction episode. Don't expect too much to happen today. I'll put a cut in a second. Episode 2 will be where the action really starts. This is just welcome back. I'm actually going to be playing this game again. Format of the series, I suppose I could talk about that now as well. It'd be a little bit like You Don't Win Anything with Kids. So I'll play some matches on camera, go away and do some matches off camera. At the start of the next episode I'll introduce the series again and tell you where I'm up to and what I've been up to and show you some results. And then we'll do some live matches on camera again. This is a bit of a... it's the kind of principle of You Don't Win Anything with Kids, because I like to build young squads on Football Manager, but it's along the lines of FM The Basics, but more on the second season of FM The Basics, if that makes sense, because the first season I started with Fleetwood in League 2 and got them up to the Championship. Second season I started with Whitehawk and got them to... I think I got them to the Conference Premier. The Vanarama National League Premier, I think it's now called. But I'd like to get this team from level 9 right the way up to level 1. So 8 consecutive promotions is my target, and I'd like to do that within the next 10 months. So between now and the release of FM 18. Hopefully. That should be what happens. It's not too difficult. I did it last year. FM 16, I managed to get this team from the bottom to the top, and not just to the top. I had a season in the Premier League where I won the Premier League, the FA Cup, the Champions League, the League Cup, and the Club World Cup, and the Community Shield. Every single tournament I entered, I won, and that was a very, very proud moment for me. Having to go from signing players on free transfers and loans to being able to sign a player for, I think it was £100 million. It might be a little bit less than that. Give or take £100 million in the space of 10 game years. That is a huge, huge deal. And that included a relegation. I actually got into the Championship in consecutive seasons and then got relegated back to League One. Won League One, won the Championship, ended up in the Premiership. Just about avoided relegation in the first season, got into the Champions League in the second season. No cheats, no money cheats, no in-game editor trick, nothing like that. Just good scouting and a solid foundation to build the club on. And that's what I want to teach people. I'm not saying I'm the best at this game. I know there's hundreds of thousands of people out there who will be better than me at this game. But I like what I do. What I do is fun. Which is why I do it. So we are... Where are they? I don't think they're Spartan South anymore. I think they're one below that. Is it that one? There we are. We are Hatfield. Look at the kits. The blue and red stripes. These are the exact colours from my YouTube logo. And the black and white you might recognise as well. Very excited to be getting into this. Suggest badge based on Hatfield, suggest experience based on Hatfield. I'm basically going to go bog standard, down the middle. It's the most successful way to be, isn't it? And we're going to get cracking. So I'm going to call this YouTube, so I don't overwrite it by mistake. We'll put it in the cloud. That was a Whitehawk test save that you saw there, that I've also been playing around with. I love the fact that the background here as well is the same colour as the club. In the past, if logos were existent for this level, I don't actually know what Hatfield Town's logo is. I imagine there'll be a Hertfordshire symbol in there somewhere. Look at this! That's me! 23 years old, manager of Hatfield Town. And they are Hatfield Town. Can't really see the text that clearly. Maybe you can on your screen. It's a little bit fuzzy on mine, so I might have to have a look at that. I might have shot myself in the foot a little bit with the text colours. But, Hatfield Town. And who's the manager? Mark's the manager. Right, so I'm going to put a cut in here, guys. We're going to come back next time. And we are going to start making changes. We're going to start looking at the squad. We're going to start looking at staff and all that sort of thing. So until then, guys, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to leave a like if you enjoyed the video. And, of course, if you're enjoying the series, even though it's the first episode, you might have come back after watching episode 100. Who knows? If you drop some comments down below. That's the next thing. If you know anybody in the lower leagues who's good to sign, chances are they're mostly new gens on here anyway. But if you do know someone, drop a comment down below. Let me know. Even if it's like a good young player to take on loan from a League 2 club, something like that. Anything will do to help. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, be sure to hit the subscribe button. If you have already subscribed to my channel, thank you guys for your continued support. And until next time, I will see you soon.